Chapter 15. An Omen. Prudence sat on the ledge of the veranda and waited. She watched the two boys heaving up the steps under the afternoon sun, carrying huge market bags on their shoulders. On the road below, Constance and Lola, burdened by their bulging bags, lumbered along. Lola turned up the track leading to Rose's house, while Constance continued her trek up the uneven, stone-filled road. "Constance, buy out the whole of Port Antonio," she muttered. "Evening, Miss Prudence," the boys called, as they stepped into the yard. She greeted them, ushered them onto the veranda and directed them, as usual, to the kitchen where they unloaded their burdens. She gave them a drink and one of Constance's carrot muffins and made small talk with them until Constance joined them. "It hot out there, but I not complaining," Constance said, as she stepped into the kitchen. "At least the rain decide to take a break." She left her bags on the counter, washed her hands and helped herself to a drink of water. After she drained her glass, she refilled it and sunk into a chair. After she finished her second glass of water, she went to retrieve her handbag from the counter. She found her wallet and rummaged through it, the movements of her fingers quicker and quicker as she moved from one section to the next. She took out a $500 bill and frowned at it. "You don't have any change?" Prudence asked her. Without waiting for an answer, she reached into her pocket and came up with a $500 bill. "Here," she said to the boys. "Share it between the two of you." "Thank you, Miss Prudence." "Thank you, Miss Prudence." Their thanks rolled over each other as they jumped up from the table, threw their thanks at Constance as well, and took their leave. Prudence walked with them to the door and watched them jogging down the steps until they reached the road. Then, she returned to the kitchen. "You have money to throw away, I see," Constance said. "I don't usually give them more than $100 each. Why you think they should get more than that?" Prudence took one of the muffins and watched Constance as she ate. "The boys carry you big bags from all that way. $500 not too much to give them," Prudence said. "You can afford it." "You heading into poverty," Constance said. "Mark my words." Prudence shrugged and started to unpack the bags. Constance sat at the table and seemed to be staring into space. To Prudence, her frown seemed to deepen as thoughts of different levels of severity bounced around in her head. "What wrong now?" she asked her. Constance sighed and pursed her lips before responding. "It's not you alone giving away money. I had a $5,000 bill right here in my purse. I also had a $500 bill to buy some vegetables. See it right here, and I had my fare right here." She flipped the compartments in her wallet as she talked, showing Prudence where she'd kept the money. "That $5,000 was to pay my partner, pay my subscription and to buy some meat tomorrow." She reached into her bosom and retrieved a plastic bag. "This is the money I took from the bank," she said, spilling the bills on the table. She counted them and returned them to the bag. "I was right," she said. "I took $5,000 out of this and put it in my purse." "So, you lost $5,000? Prudence asked, her tone skeptical. "If it was in your purse and the other money is still there, how it come out?" "I never lost a thing," Constance snapped. "That woman that I buy the vegetables from is nothing but a damn thief." I see that she was no good. Her face swell like any bullfrog. She paused and her chest heaved. Prudence waited. "What time now?" Constance asked, looking up at the clock. "I have a mind to go back down there for my money. How people so thief? How people so damn thief? What you talking about, Constance?" Prudence stared at Constance's red face and her heaving bosom and waited for her to continue her story. "I bought some cauliflower and broccoli from that woman. She said it was $500 for the amount I buy. Seems like I made a mistake and took out the $5,000 bill. I thought it was the $500, so after I pay her I walk away. The woman never call me back or nothing. Take my $5,000 for $500 worth of things. I going right back down there this minute." Her eyes blazed and she almost toppled the chair as she rose from the table. "It almost 50-foot clock now, Constance. By the time you reach back downtown it's supposed to be night. I will find her." She was pushing a cart through the town. "If it was me and I take somebody money I wouldn't stay around for them to come find me. You think that woman would be still there waiting for you to come back? Unless she thought it was $500 that you gave her. That is possible, you know? I'm not saying it not possible, but I don't think so. Everybody trying to take advantage of everybody. Where is my bag? Prudence pointed to the bag that Constance had left on the table. Let it go, she said. It is one of those things. You going to pay fare to go back downtown? Woman may be gone about her business by now. And even if she's still there, she can swear to heaven that you only gave her $500. Who is there to say otherwise? Anybody that you recognize was there when you paid the woman? Where was Lola? Constance slumped into a chair and sighed. Lola was doing her own shopping. You know that she buy things for Rose when we go shopping. If anybody saw me paying that woman, I don't remember. I was not paying attention to the other people round her. And they just as bad, too. If they see me give the woman so much money and walk away, they couldn't call me back. What wrong with us? How we stay so? We can't depend on a soul, to be honest, Prudence said. We just have to do we best. She eased herself out of her chair and went to turn on the kettle. What kind o' tea you want? She asked Constance. Chamomile. I need to calm my nerves. I sure I will see that woman again and she will find out about me. Damn Eve. Prudence made the chamomile tea and took it to Constance. She then made her mug of peppermint. I have patties in that small bag, Constance said, pointing to a black plastic bag. We don't have to cook this evening. Prudence retrieved them and returned to the table. They ate in silence. When they were finished eating, Prudence cleared the table. She watched Constance sipping on her second mug of tea. When last you go to the doctor? She asked her. I have not been sick a day in my life, except for a little cold now and then, so I have no reason to go to the doctor. Things can be happening to us and we don't know, that's why we need to get a checkup now and then. I think you need to go get a checkup. Why? Prudence recognized the suspicion and warning in Constance's voice but persisted. Constance, this is not the first time that something like this happened to you. Granted, this worse. Couple weeks back you forgot your good umbrella in the taxi. By the time you remember it, somebody gone with it. These things never happened to you before. Prudence, you always say you old. I getting old, too, so I forgetting things. I agree that I forgot the umbrella in the car. But this is different. I take out $5,000 by mistake. The woman who take it has a problem, not me. Not a thing wrong with me. Why should I go see doctor when I not sick? All kinds of sickness out there. Some cause pain. Some don't. If we can treat them before they get worse, we should try to do that, and if we don't want to treat them, at least we know what wrong with we. That is why we go see doctor. You can go see your doctor. I am all right. Constance drained her cup and left the table. I have a doctor's appointment next week. Why you don't come with me? Prudence called after her. Every day you gone to doctor. What they doing for you? They do a check-up, tell me that I am mostly all right, give me prescription and send me home. You know I never fill one of those prescriptions. I have my own remedy for my arthritis. I just want to hear that they don't see any other problem. They don't find any other problem yet, knock on wood. I go to the doctor just to know. You don't want know if something wrong with you? Constance tapped on the counter for what seemed like minutes while the grooves in her forehead deepened. Prudence waited. Sometimes it's better if you don't know, Constance finally said. Lots of people going about their business feeling good until some doctor tell them that they have disease. You know what happen after that? Quick, they dead. Who knows how long they could live without that bad news? Nobody knows when their number will play, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't take care of ourselves, Prudence said. Tell you what. Come with me next week. I will pay. If nothing wrong with you, then that's that. If something wrong, you can decide what you want to do. How that sound? Keep your money, Constance said. Prudence stared at the doorway, long after she'd left the room.